slavery is a crime against humanity.
It does not occur in isolation. It takes place when the rule of law fails and when those that are vulnerable to human exploitation are offered no protection. It is nourished by chaos, conflict, and human disasters.
It is impossible for the Church to close its eyes to evil, to be indifferent to the cry of the needy, oppressed, and exploited.
And yet the churches are beginning to rise to the challenge.
We are committed to do all in our power within our faith communities and beyond, to work together for the freedom of all those who are enslaved and trafficked, so that their future may be restored.
It is a global problem, not a non-Western problem.
We unite our efforts to eradicate modern slavery in all its forms.
Modern slavery is when someone is recruited through the use of one of three elements: force, fraud, or coercion for the purpose of labor or sex trafficking. When people are running for their lives because of war, conflict, gang violence, they will accept any open door.
It's an act of slavery that doesn't necessarily require chains anymore, but relies on coercion and deception. Everyone can become a victim of this kind of slavery.
We talk about human trafficking, and that suggests the movement of people, but actually it's the way the person is treated, the way that the person's freedom is taken. And when we say freedom, that doesn't mean that they're in shackles or held somewhere, it's that their rights to be a free person are taken. So it is quite a complex area because people can be subject to modern slavery in so many different ways.
How do we begin, especially from a spiritual formation perspective, to begin to change how our culture views the dignity of women and children? I think that we don't recognize our own complicity in driving demand for human trafficking.
The sin in modern slavery is viewing the other as a commodity or as an object. Each and every one of us are created in God's image and likeness, and anything less than that is devaluating the person into a commodity or item and not truly loving the other person as God commanded us.
The spiritual awakening that we need as people, as state agencies, as actors in a society, we need to understand that the crime that we are fighting against is not just a crime, so it's not just the law enforcement that we need to be involved there. We need a larger front, and we need the people of faith to awaken our sensitivities and our awareness regarding the sin of demanding services by slaves.
I understand theology to be the Word of God for people in real time. And I want to suggest that modern slavery is the litmus test for whether the gospel of Jesus Christ can be authentic in our times. Unless we take action, we can give all our nice theology about the importance of human rights. Actually, it's a discourse that is a cover for the most horrendous oppression and abuse of brothers and sisters, because people speak the discourse, and nobody takes the action. Nobody begins the encounter by saying, "How are you?"
My sincere hope and prayer today is that this is not another declaration, but leads to determined action by all who are present. Our capacity to deal with this is within our hands.
The The point of convergence of the Orthodox Church and the human rights movements is the concern for human dignity, freedom and justice. It is impossible for the Church to close its eyes to evil, to be indifferent to the cry of the needy, oppressed and exploited. We unite our efforts to eradicate modern slavery in all its forms across the world and for all times.
Modern Slavery, a Joint Declaration. We, Bartholomew, Archbishop of Constantinople, New Rome, and Ecumenical Patriarch, and Justin, Archbishop of Canterbury and Primate of all England, co-sponsored a special international forum on modern slavery. We condemn all forms of human enslavement as the most heinous of sins, inasmuch as it violates the free will and the integrity of every human being created in the image of God. We commend the efforts of the international community and endorse the United Nations Protocol to prevent, suppress, and punish trafficking in persons, especially women and children.